Okay, we'll just go ahead and give everybody another maybe 20 or 30 seconds, Lee, and we'll get started.
Alrighty.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and give everybody another maybe 20 or 30 seconds, Lee, and we'll get started.
Alrighty.
Line muted.
Okay, we'll just go ahead.
Line unmuted. Conference recording started.
Good morning, everybody. It is October 2nd, 2017. I'm Matt McRae with Chelsea Insurance Group. We've got Alan Solomon and Lee Jacobson on the call with us this morning as well. It is the first week of the fourth quarter. Tell you what, this year is going by so fast. A lot of things have been happening this year. It's been a great year. Number one, it's been a very great year for Chelsea Insurance Group. We appreciate everybody coming to these calls, joining in on our webinars, going out and selling the coverage that you need to. So thank you for being on these. This is our Monday morning conference call that we do with all of our agents across the country every Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. And today, we're going to just start off and talk about, we'll just remind everybody what the call was on last week. We discussed, setting yourself up on a weekly basis where you have 30 to 35 preset appointments. And in order to do that, you've got to have enough leads in your hands to do that. So, had a lot of agents call or shoot me emails after that call requesting what was it? This sheet here, the rebuttals when setting appointments. We added 2 new rebuttals to our sheet last week. People were saying, mail me something, or I don't remember the call, or I don't remember sending in the lead card. So we sent out, a lot of agents had requested that, so I sent those out to them. Moving into the fourth quarter, I just wanted to remind every one of you that we are currently running a $12 lead. Telemarketed leads for Chelsea Insurance Group agents are only $12. And what we're doing for a limited period of time is every time that you order those, we're going to give you an additional 20% for free. So when you order 25, you actually get 30. That brings the cost down to only $10 per lead. So basically, you're paying $10 a lead and getting 30 leads on $300. I recommend ordering 40, or more. Whatever you can, you need to get those leads in your hand. Okay, so that's what's going on currently. Every week we also talk about what our average annualized premium. And this was the last number for the month of September. For the month of September, it dropped a little bit the last week, but we dropped down to $901.12. That's an average of $75.10 on a monthly premium. So when you're sitting down with your clients, if you're not getting $75 a month as your average, then you're bringing the numbers that you're holding us back. You're holding the numbers down. Our average sale that we made during September was $75.10 per month. Now for the year, we've been tracking this all year through our sales tracking system. For the year, we're at $853.68. So that's an average of $71.14 per month. And we talk about this, quite often, but I'm bringing it back up today. A way to increase your average monthly premium is by utilizing the sheet in your presentation binder. And gosh, I don't know if you can see that, but it's this one here that I'm holding up in front of the camera. It's the U.S. Government Social Security Administration. It's kind of what this is for those of you that can't see and haven't seen this form yet. This form is something that we put in your presentation binder that you get from us that is public information that is put out by the Social Security Administration. And basically what it does, it's a life expectancy chart with a funeral cost, an average expected funeral cost, if you're alive at that age, what it's going to cost to bury you with a normal, traditional funeral. Nothing elaborate, nothing, not going with all the expensive upgrades on the funeral or anything. This is just a basic funeral. So let's take a look at this. It's broken down into the left side and the right side. The left side is females, the right side is males. And then it gives you the age, how many years left they have in their life expectancy, what age that they are expected to pass away at, and what the funeral cost, what a funeral will cost at that age. So let's just take this, for example, let's look at a female. 68 is a good round number. We sell a lot of people in their 70s and 60s and 50s. So let's just look at 68. A 68-year-old female has 17.17 more years left to live on average, and she will live to the age of 85.17. The cost of a funeral at that point in 17 years from now will be $21,133. You need to show this form to your clients as you're doing your quotes. And every one of you have been, gone through our training. I'm assuming that you've gone through our training. I should hope that you have, where you're watching, and when you get to the quote form, you should be listing out 3 different quote amounts for everybody that you're sitting down with. Always give them 3. I'll tell you what, that first quote number that you give them should be this number here. And it's weird because, if this lady that you're quoting who's 68 years old has 0 coverage right now, the first quote that you give her should be $21,133. At least do $21,000 or $22,000, $21,500, but give it to that exact number. And then do 2 other quotes, maybe a 10 or a 15 or a 7 and a 12 or something like that. But start your first quote out of all 3 of your quotes with that number. Yeah, it's an odd number. That's going to strike up conversation. They're going to say, well, how did you get to that number? And you can pull out this sheet and show them and say, well, based on the U.S. government Social Security Administration life expectancy chart and the expected cost of a funeral when you pass away, that's how much they say that you're going to need. And I would hate for you to get anything that's not going to be enough coverage. So I need to give you the proper amount of coverage today, if it fits into your budget, that is. Now, if this lady happens to have $10,000 worth of coverage that you've learned about already during your fact-finding process, then the first quote that you're going to give her is not going to be the $21,000 unless she's geared that, maybe she told you that other $10,000 that she has is geared towards her grandchildren or something specific, not her funeral. But if she has that first $10,000 for her funeral, she thinks she's set at that point. You need to do another quote for her and show her that she needs $11,133 more worth of insurance. So if she has no coverage at all, put the full amount on there. If she already has, 5 or 10,000, maybe 15, just subtract that off and use that as your first quoting in the 3 quotes that you're giving to her. So this chart is available on our, in our presentation binder. You can get the presentation binder for us for $99. It comes in a nice leather-bound carry-in case, 3-ring binder with all kinds of quote engines or quote forms in there. It's got the sales presentation. It's got leave behind letters. It's got emergency contact sheets so you can get referrals. It has actual copies of letters that you can help if you're replacing an insurance policy. There's one letter in here that's going to cancel the person's draft at the carrier that they're currently at. There's another letter that'll actually cancel the policy. So you've got both of those letters. We include envelopes in there. We just didn't put stamps on them. So you'll need to put a stamp or get your client to put a stamp on there. It's their policy they'll be canceling. One thing I would like to point out, though, anytime that you're doing one of these letters for the client, let's say that you're changing their draft instead of canceling their automatic draft and they're going to put it on quarterly. You've got the letter here. Help them fill it out. Make sure it's all filled out properly. You can even address the envelope. You can even put the stamp on it. But I highly recommend that you do not mail it for them. Because if the insurance carrier that you're mailing that letter to doesn't get the letter or they don't process it, whose fault is that going to be if you put it in the mail? It's going to be your fault. So don't let it be your fault. Provide the stuff, provide the letter, provide the stamp if you want. Get it all done, ready to go, sealed up, hand it to your client, and tell them how important it is that they put it in the mailbox. Make them do that. So that's just a point on that. You know, the next thing I wanted to talk about, you know, since it is the kickoff of the fourth quarter, I just want to kind of go back and visit the year 2017 so far. We've had a phenomenal year. We've put a lot of different tools and information in front of every one of our agents, you. And I just want to kind of, you know, run through all of the different stuff that we've put out there in case you're a new agent with us and you've only been around for a couple of weeks or a month and you didn't see hear the conference calls that we did earlier. Maybe you might not be aware of all of these things that Chelsea Insurance Group does for our agents, and these are all things that we've just rolled out this year. So let's just kind of talk about these. One of the biggest, coolest things that we did was, and this was by popular demand from our agents. You know, we brought on a lot of agents this year, and a lot of those agents had no final expense experience at all, and they were coming into this as a new market. They were looking for a presentation binder, a nice, concise thing, you know, that streamlines the process. So we put together, based on the forms and everything that we use in the field, the presentation, the forms, the all different types of things. So we put this together for you. We went to Amazon and we got a bunch of 3-ring binders that are in nice leather padfolios, and we put all this information together for you. It's got the presentation, and I'm sorry, I'm just flipping through it here on my desk so I make sure I don't miss anything. It's got, you know, a biography letter about yourself you should put in there. You can leave behind a copy of your insurance license, logos of all the insurance companies that we work with. What else? Copy of your life insurance certificate. Copy of your cancer insurance policy certificate in here. And then after you do the presentation, a lot of times your clients are going to have a rebuttal, a reason for not buying from you today. We put things that are going to help you battle, have something to say and show them in writing that you can come back with based on what they said. Maybe they say that they're a veteran and the burial is going to be paid for because they were in the military. Well, you can take out the military we have a sheet in here from the Department of Veterans that outlines exactly what they're going to get. They can't argue that. Prepaid funerals, how they're a ripoff. Maybe they've already got the AARP term. This is the outline of it. Our whole life. You know, so we've got all of this stuff in here. Globe Life, all of these. We've got our what carrier to use cheat sheet. We've got qualification sheet that you can use to fill out while you're talking to your prospect or your client. A sheet that you can use to write down your 3 quote amounts that you're going to leave behind. A policy benefit summary, leave behind documents, the letters that we talked about a minute ago. And then we have the agent underwriting guides and all of the information from the carriers that you need to carry with you. We put all of that in a nice binder. So that's one of the things that we did this year. Another thing that we did is we came up with a store where you can purchase and wear. You know, a lot of agents come to us and they say, I'm not sure what should I wear. Well, when I'm going out in the field, well, you can, wear a logo polo that you get that has Chelsea Insurance Group. It's going to match your ID badge, which is another thing that we did. We came out with ID badges, business cards, logoed apparel. You can get hats or briefcases, all of this stuff with our logo right on it. What else did we come out with? We used to only do telemarketed leads, but now we do direct mail leads for final expense, because we understand that final expense telemarketed leads is not the only fit for agents. Yeah, they're inexpensive and we can get them quickly, but there's so many additional benefits that you can get from having a direct mail lead card as part of your marketing. And I highly encourage every agent to make sure that you have direct mail leads as part of your lead arsenal. You know, you should be on an auto recurring weekly lead order with one of the mailhouse companies. You know, if you're only doing 1,000, or if you're 1,500 or 2,000, they'll mail out however many you want. You have to have those. What else are some of the things that we did? We implemented into our lead distribution system a couple of new things. Number one, sales tracking of all your business. You can get pending reports on all of your business. You can see who's been issued, who's pending, who was declined, all of that, all in one uniform place. You no longer necessarily need to log in to your Forrester's website or your Transamerica or your Mutual of Omaha. Now, is it good to log into those occasionally? Yes, but you don't need to do that while you're just tracking your pending business. You can go to one place and track all of your pending business right inside of our system. There are other reasons that you still would want to log into the carrier sites. Maybe you need to download a form that they have on their site, or maybe you want to print off a commission schedule, you know, your commission statement. There's certain things that you can do inside of those, but our system, our lead distribution and sales tracking system, we came out with that this year, keeps track of everything. What else have we done? Also, another thing inside of that sales tracking and lead tracking system, we help you keep track of things like PPL, what your submitted business was for the month, you know, how much you've submitted all time with us. On your leads that are in there, anytime that you get a direct mail lead or a telemarketed lead or one of our Facebook leads, which is another thing that we rolled out to our agents this year. We do Facebook advertising for agents in their area to generate leads for you. A lot of this keeps coming back to the lead topic, but inside of our CRM system for our lead distribution, we've got a map. We have mapping software now where you can pull up on your smartphone or on your computer desktop a map of the area, and it's got little red pins wherever your leads are. So you can draw out yourself a map for the day or for the week. What else? We came up with door hangers. You set an appointment, you spend all that time setting the appointment, and you get there and they're not home. Well, hang something on their door, give them a chance to call you back. Instead of just putting a business card in the mail, you can actually hang this big bright yellow thing on their door, and they can call you back. Let them know that they missed you. You can use those when you're out door knocking on your leads too, because there's a lot of leads. A lot of agents just go door knock. They don't even call the leads and set appointments. They just go door knock. So if you're door knocking your leads, they're not home, hang one of those on the door then as well. Let's see, what else? Mapping feature, we talked about that. Also in that system, we upgraded our online training. So we're putting it all into one place. Once you log into the lead distribution system, you've got your sales tracking, you've got training in there, you've got important documents from the carriers, you've got important documents that Chelsea's created and put out there for you. This stuff goes on and on. We created a new consumer-based website. We changed ChelseaInsuranceGroup.com to be more focused on the consumer, so we can use that as a lead generating tool. We implemented a new agent contracting system where you can log in, fill out a form one time, and it contracts you with all the carriers. We did that this year. I've already mentioned ID badges. It's next on my list. We've continuously updated one of our most popular forms, Lee Jacobson here at our office has taken, it's done a very nice job on this, where she's created a what carrier do I use cheat sheet type thing, where it's got, maybe 10 or 12, 13 pages, and it lists out all the different health conditions that you might run into when you're in the field. It tells you which carrier you should be using. Then we took that sheet and we condensed it down into a one-page sheet that you can use too, just as a quick reference. Everything that's in the longer one is not on that one, but a lot of the more frequently used, health conditions. It's got the height weight charts for all the carriers on there. It's got all that information. You can tell what the lowest face amount, minimum, and maximum face amounts are, what the age ranges are, all that information all on one concise sheet. Another thing that we've done is we've introduced to all of our agents who are interested in team building. We have team building programs for you where we can provide you with people who are, tools or leads of people that are actually interested in selling insurance with Chelsea Insurance Group. And we can refer those out to you. You can help recruit, help train those people, and then you can earn an override. So these are things, and gosh, I've got a whole list of them. I don't think I was kind of bouncing around. Oh, one other thing. I did miss one. This is one of the most exciting things. 911 texting. How many times have you been in the field, you're in a client's house, and you need to get some information to close the deal? You need help. Oh, you have an underwriting question, or you need to, the rate calculation software is not working. You don't have any Wi-Fi. You didn't bring paper, the books where you can calculate rates, and you just need a rate quote. Whatever it is, if you're in a client's home, you can text 911 to our cell phones. And what we'll do is we'll stop what we're doing. If we're on another call, we'll tell tell the agent that we're talking to that we have to get off the call because we had a 911 text come in. We'll get off the call, do whatever it takes. We'll call you back within 5 minutes and answer any question that you have while you're in the client's house. That is huge. There's so many IMOs and agencies out there that don't do anything at all like that. We're here to support you. We have rolled out a ton of stuff in 2017, and we've barely even scratched the surface. The remainder of the year, we've got some more cool stuff that we're about ready to roll out. And in 2018, I've actually already started pre-planning stuff for 2018 that we're going to be bringing to you, the Chelsea Insurance Group agent. These are some really exciting tools. We appreciate you being on our team, and if you have anything that you can think of that you would like to see us roll out or you could use that's going to help you do, one of the main things, either sell more insurance or sell higher premiums, higher face amount insurance, let us know what those things are, and we'll do what we can to put those together for you. So, kicking off 2017 quarter 4, I just want to go over what our Chelsea has always been about: constant messaging. We deliver the same message, and that's because we believe and we have a very strong foundation. We know exactly in our head our vision for where we want to see Chelsea Insurance Group go. We know where we want to be. We know where we're at now. We know where we were 6 months ago. We have the tracking. We have everything in place. But what we do for Chelsea Insurance Group is we deliver a consistent message. We talk about these 3 things all the time. Number 1, you need to have a constant flow of leads. If you're going to be successful selling insurance and you want to have a higher income, you need to make sure, number 1, you need to have a constant flow of leads. Number 2, you need to continue your education and training. I don't care how good you think you are. I don't care how long you've been in the business. There's always something new out there that somebody else can teach you through their experiences. So you want to always consistently be increasing your knowledge when it comes to sales training and product knowledge. You got to know your products inside and out, and you have to continuously learning new sales techniques and getting yourself to the point where you can do $5, $7, $8, $10,000 a week of production. If you're not hitting those numbers, you're missing something. You don't have enough leads, or you don't have enough training. Your attitude's not right. So continuously work on your training and education. And number 3, the other consistent message, there's 2 ways to increase your income. Number 1 is by selling more policies. And you can do that. This is a sub-branch of that. You can sell more policies either A, yourself, or you can build a team to sell policies with you. And that's another way of earning additional income, building a team. And number 2, increase your income by selling higher face amount premiums. You can do that with the Social Security chart. Very simple, easy to do. If you're not doing it already, that's something you can change with yourself right now, today. If you don't have the binder, order one and download it while you're waiting for it to come. It's a free download. Even if you only take this sheet into the house, that's the most important sheet in there. Alan Lee, did I miss anything?
No, man, I think you did a great job going over everything that we've done in 2017 so far. It's exciting. It's exciting, all the tools that we have available to the agents. And this was always, as a producing agent, this was always my favorite quarter because I'm very goal-oriented, and I would take a look at where I am based on my yearly goal, where I wanted to be, and know whether I had to push harder to get to my goal, or if I was on goal or over goal, see how far over I can go. So the last quarter of the year was always my number 1 quarter based on production because of that. And, of course, that sets the bar for the following year. So I encourage everybody to take a look at where they are right now in the year and put a major push on the last quarter of this year to have it end the way that you want it to, or better than you expected it to.
Absolutely. Thank you, Alan. Lee?
No, I think you've said it all. I absolutely agree. And I agree with Alan. I've had some awesome Decembers because a lot of agents aren't out there working in December. They think they're going to just take the whole holiday season off, and
there's
just opened up the door for me to make more sales.
Right. There's definitely less competition. That's for sure. Awesome. Well, thank you, Lee and Alan, for sharing. One last thing. If you need leads, they're only $10 right now. It's going to say $12, but remember, we throw in 20% more for free. Go to store.chelseainsurancegroup.com, store.chelseainsurancegroup.com, or you can just log into your lead portal, and there's a link in there to buy leads, or to buy, I forget exactly what it says, but there's a link in there where you can go and buy leads and buy the logoed apparel, buy ID badges, buy door hangers. It's all at cost, so go get the leads, whatever you need. Let's kick off quarter 4 of 2017 very strong. Thank you for everything, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, everybody.